The Fable of Dryope, Ovid's Metamorphoses Book 9, v. 324–393, by Alexander Pope. She said, and for her lost Calanthis sighs, when the fair consort of her son replies. Since you a servant's ravished form bemoan, and kindly sigh for sorrows not your own, let me, if tears and grief permit, relate a nearer woe, a sister's stranger fate. No nymph of all OEchalia could compare for beauteous form with Dryope the fair, her tender mother's only hope and pride, myself the offspring of a second bride. This nymph compressed by him who rules the day, whom Delphi and the Delian isle obey, Andraemon loved, and, blessed in all those charms that pleased a god, succeeded to her arms. A lake there was, with shelving banks around, whose verdant summit fragrant myrtles crowned. These shades, unknowing of the fates, she sought, and to the naiads flowery garlands brought. Her smiling babe, a pleasing charge, she pressed within her arms, and nourished at her breast. Not distant far, a watery lotos grows, the spring was new, and all the verdant boughs adorned with blossoms promised fruits that vie in glowing colors with the Tyrian dye. Of these she cropped to please her infant son, and I myself the same rash act had done. But lo! I saw, as near her side I stood, the violated blossoms drop with blood. Upon the tree I cast a frightful look, the trembling tree with sudden horror shook. Lotus the nymph, if rural tales be true, as from Priapus' lawless lust she flew, forsook her form, and fixing here became a flowery plant, which still preserves her name. This change unknown, astonished at the sight, my trembling sister strove to urge her flight, and first the pardon of the nymphs implored, and those offended sylvan powers adored. But when she backward would have fled, she found her stiffening feet were rooted in the ground. In vain to free her fastened feet she strove, and as she struggles, only moves above, she feels encroaching bark around her grow by quick degrees, and cover all below. Surprised at this, her trembling hand she heaves to rend her hair. The shooting leaves are seen to rise, and shade her with a sudden green. The child Amphisus, to her bosom pressed, perceived a colder and a harder breast, and found the springs, that ne'er till then denied their milky moisture, on a sudden dried. I saw, unhappy, what I now relate, and stood the helpless witness of thy fate. Embract thy boughs, thy rising bark delayed, their wish to grow, and mingle shade with shade. Behold Andraemon and unhappy sire appear, and for their Dryope inquire. A springing tree for Dryope they find, and print warm kisses on the panting rind. Prostrate, with tears their kindred plant bedew, and close embrace as to the roots they grew. The face was all that now remained of thee, no more a woman, nor yet quite a tree. Thy branches hung with humid pearls appear, from every leaf distills a trickling tear, and straight a voice, while yet a voice remains, thus throw, the trembling boughs in sighs complains. If to the wretched any faith be given, I swear by all unpitying powers of heaven, no willful crime this heavy vengeance bred. In mutual innocence our lives we led. If this be false, let these new greens decay, let sounding axes lop my limbs away, and crackling flames on all my honors prey. But from my branching arms this infant bear, let some kind nurse supply a mother's care, and to his mother let him oft be led, sport in her shades, and in her shades be fed. Teach him, when first his infant voice shall frame imperfect words, and lisp his mother's name, to hail this tree, and say with weeping eyes, within this plant my hapless parent lies. And when in youth he seeks the shady woods, oh, let him fly the crystal lakes and floods, nor touch the fatal flowers, but, warned by me, believe a goddess shrinned in every tree. My sire, my sister, and my spouse farewell. If in your breasts are love, or pity dwell, protect your plant, nor let my branches feel the browsing cattle or the piercing steel. Farewell. And since I cannot bend to join my lips to yours, advance at least to mine. My son, thy mother's parting kiss receive, while yet thy mother has a kiss to give. I can no more. The creeping rind invades my closing lips, and hides my head in shades. Remove your hands, the bark shall soon suffice without their aid to seal these dying eyes. She ceased at once to speak, and ceased to be, and all the nymph was lost within the tree. Yet latent life throw, her new branches rained, and long the plant a human heat retained.